Hello, hockey fans of all ages, shapes, and sizes. A little sunset walk here. Hope you all had a good Memorial Day weekend to our brothers and sisters down south. And obviously, Cherry loves the veterans, so thank you for our freedom, as the quick shift podcast guys said. And I love their little fake press conference. It was pretty funny. Reminds me of Shoresy, the new series for Jared, with all the going deep into Canadian hockey culture. Anyways, a quick one here. I can't get this Austin Matthews to Phoenix out of my head. Phoenix Scottsdale. Looks like I'll be going out to Calgary in a month. Already applied to the Flames like 3 times. But like I said before, I'd love to work for any NHL hockey team. It's the pros, right? Yeah, like you got Logan Cooley, who said, I don't necessarily know if I want to sign in Phoenix, Arizona. A guy like Austin Matthews down there. Logan Cooley might be one of the trade pieces, actually, come to think of it. But you got Lawson Crouse and Clayton Keller. You know, you heard the rumblings of his dad sending that message. Nobody will know if it's true, if his account was hacked. Doesn't really matter. I think that was a statement in itself that they really got to get things sorted out in Phoenix, Scottsdale. And I applied to the Coyotes as well for their senior social media manager. So bring me down there. I'll sell those mullets, sell those season's tickets, and fill up that arena until you build the new one in Scottsdale, hopefully. So anyways, I think that just the last thing I'll say is to close it out is the draft coming up. Arizona has number 6 and number 12. And there's still all this swirling speculation around Matthews or Marner or Willie Nylander, who's going to go potentially, or nobody. They'll just run it back with a new coach maybe. But I think the longer that they kind of hold on to Keefe, like I mentioned before, he's kind of your risk management in that situation. You trade one of the core 4 potentially. I can't imagine they'll trade 2. But you never know. I think that the Leafs are in a huge drought for future draft picks. And like the Pittsburgh Penguins are experiencing right now, they got Crosby and Malkin. They've won a couple times. And they're having a hard time putting people around them. Kyle Dubas, if he is the one named, is going to have an awful time trying to fill out that team without draft picks. He's going to have to draft really well and kind of rebuild. So I think that to me, if you're going to trade Matthews, all fans will gripe and moan, but that's the team, the Coyotes, to me, because you get the 6th, the 12th. You get potentially a Clayton Keller or a Logan Cooley, or maybe even both as a part of that package, or maybe you get like another first rounder the next year. The goals that Austin Matthews scores, they don't grow on trees. So if you're going to trade that guy, you got to get goals for. You got to get something immediate like a Keller or a Crouse, plus maybe Cooley. And maybe another future draft pick. So I still think that's the team if you're going to pull the trigger and make that trade. So, and I think I heard another name jump up on the top 5 board. I think it was Kipper and Bourne. Can't pronounce the guy's name, Bukala, I think. He was saying that potentially Ryan Leonard. John Leonard's on... he's a former Shark. He's on the Nashville Predators now. Ryan Leonard jumped up on his board at number 5 above Will Smith. So I don't necessarily agree with that, but it always depends on your team and your draft mentality and the parts that you already have of your team. So me, for San Jose, I look at they've already got a Thomas Hertl, who is like a Leo Carlson. Is like Thomas Hertl is my best kind of comparison. So you already got that guy in your team, and he's already making a ton, right? You got to think that these guys drafted in the top 4 after their ELCs 3-4 years down the road, you're going to be paying them, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 million, depending on how they work out, right? So you really got to plan for the future and draft carefully. So I still, like I said, I can't get that Austin Matthews to Phoenix out of my head, because I think this is the year, if you do pull off a blockbuster trade like that, you've got futures in like a Will Smith, Ryan Leonard, or whatever. I still hope the Sharks draft Michkov, because I think, to me, their timeline is, maybe like three years down the road, and they're like competing. And like I said, that Russian connection with potentially like a Tarasenko in the off season, who knows? I love to speculate because, like I said in my other posts, it's like the weather. You can speculate and everyone wants to hear about it, but no one really cares if you're actually right in the end. So I'll leave it at that. Cheers.